So as I started, I was a little worried because The Tempest is quite an old piece of writing. And also doing Shakespeare at school, it wasn't, I'm doing really Romeo and Juliet, so it wasn't I didn't have the greatest view of Shakespeare's writing or so far. So going into it, I was a bit skeptical, but as I went in, it's really changed my opinion of Shakespeare. I learned a lot more than I thought I would. And I also saw how his writing could really change my opinion that I have of our world at the present and what's going on in England right now, but also all around the world and how people are treated. And so everything that I learned was really interesting, especially on the Brexit point of view. As a young person, a young woman, also a student, you learn all about these things, but we don't get a voice. We don't vote. We don't vote for what our future's going to be like. We didn't make that decision, and so this play really gave young people a voice.
The project was sort of an opportunity for younger voices to be heard. I think I was changed by sort of just talking about the future of the country and the past of the country and sort of getting a better understanding of where Britain had come from and where Britain was going. Not that anyone knows.
I didn't know details of anything at all, and kind of not a whole lot on everything that was happening, but I knew stuff was happening, and the fact that I had to look into it a bit to understand what was going on in Storming Utopia, that kind of gave me a better understanding of how terrible the world was getting and how much we were mucking up as humans.
You kind of hear a story, and then it's also you do a bit of history as well. How the past lived, and what the present, and to some extent also what the future will be, and also wherever you come from or which part of the world. Everybody seems to have that kind of connection. They all seems to be going to the right place, or to this place where everybody thinks is a better place. Doing this play and then reading Sir Thomas's idea, it kind of brought a little bit, my childhood stories, living in a developing country, and so for me it was kind of really interesting, and I was really taken by it.
Intellectually it made me think about utopia, and I think that's a really important topic, and that we live in a world where no one has a utopia anymore, no one has a better world that they believe in, and in consequence people are very stuck and fatalistic. So I think it's a great theme to explore and think, how could we have utopias? Theatrically, as a way of working, I think it was quite inspiring to just throw those people together and put them in a room and put two very different directors in charge of us and just see what the chemistry produces. I think I learned a lot, just in terms of making theatre.
I think I did learn some things new. I sort of learned I learned a lot of things about refugees as well, the part I played, and about how hard it actually is not having everything you need, not having a home. It really made me think in a different way about theatre. I always thought that you had to be the big star, but you can also learn by being small parts and stuff. I think it was a really good opportunity to just have fun and act and meet new people and see new places, and I think it was a really good idea.